Federal Prime Minister, Sir Roy Walensky, took time off to attend the annual Boys Brigade inspection and display in the elegant Queen's Hall in Umtali. Sir Roy, who always shows a keen interest in the development of the future citizens of the country, inspected an extremely smart parade before settling back to watch a gymnastic display by the youngsters. Sir Roy said he believed the brigade contributed in no small measure to bringing its members up to manhood, a sentiment which was promptly borne out by this young man. Well, manhood brings discretion, doesn't it? The Prime Minister told the gathering that the Federation's troubles were not half as bad as some were painting them if people faced up to them and did not lose their courage before even trying to meet them. Sir Roy presented the Interclub Cup to Sergeant Went of the 1st Umtali Company. The cup for the best all-rounder among the other ranks went to Private Gordon Lowe, along with Sir Roy's congratulations on the standards set by the company. In Bulawayo, a new section of the versatile BSAP has been undergoing an intensive training course as frogmen. First step for these volunteers is to get used to the equipment and to entering the water backwards. One of the tasks the frogmen might be called upon to perform is the recovery of bodies from rivers or dams. The frogmen's goggles are blacked out to give the effect of searching in muddy water. Having found the body, it must be brought to the surface. A balloon is attached to the body, a portable cylinder inflates the balloon, and the body floats upwards. After initial training at the drill hall pool, the section moved out to the lower hillside dam to experience actual muddy conditions. Instructor Superintendent Wickenden was himself a wartime frogman. After training, these policemen will return to their normal duties, but will be ready to fly to any part of the country when the services of a skin diver are needed. A little bundle of joy is all very well, but 3 little bundles of joy, all arriving within the space of 15 minutes, could perhaps be a little too much of a good thing for most people. However, Brian and Iris Kennedy of Blantyre, parents of Nyasaland's first European triplets, seem to have adapted themselves remarkably well to their large family-sized package deal. Meet Mark, Kevin, Guy. Oh well. Anyway, information of special interest to the ladies. Mark weighed 3 pounds 6 1/4 ounces, Kevin 3 pounds 10 3/4 ounces, and Guy, the biggest of them all, at 4 pounds 2 ounces. Transport can be a tricky problem too. In spite of his tendency towards triplication, Brian Kennedy is not a civil servant, but the Nyasaland representative of a press agency. Although there have been mix-ups, the Kennedy household is settling down well. Young Kevin didn't mind being fed twice, but strongly objected to being bathed twice, whilst Mark got away with it scot-free. 3 hearty congratulations, Dad and Mum Kennedy. Bulawayo's Kumalo track was the venue for this year's Rhodesian Grand Prix. Main interest was the appearance of Gary Hocking, former motorcycling double world champion, now racing cars. The motorcycle races also featured 2 world champions in Jim Redman and Britain's Mike Hailwood. At the start, Hocking is on the front of the grid in his Lotus Climax together with Rhodesian champion Mike Harris and South Africans Ledderly, Saruria and Tony Maggs, who's been competing successfully in world-class events overseas. Hocking's expected duel with Tony Maggs failed to materialize. Maggs had trouble with his car and withdrew from the race after 4 pit stops. Of the 14 starters, only half managed to complete the grueling race on a very hot day. Hocking had broken the lap record no less than 9 times during practice, with Lederle putting up the next best practice time. And here's the winner's flag for Bulawayo's Gary Hocking, breaking the lap record 36 times during the 50-lap race. Second was Lederle, with Mike Harris third. Hocking, a world champion on 2 wheels, now seems all set for world honours on 4. Meet a club whose members are rapidly falling while its membership steadily rises. The Kitwe Parachute Club, with instructor Andy Simpson demonstrating the correct way to hit the deck. Knees bend to the side and roll over. Before you can jump, you must learn how to fall, first from a standing position and then on the run. Next from a small height. And now we get down to business with a contraption which, in simpler forms, is immediately recognizable to any Rhodesian schoolboy. This simulates landing at speed at an angle as though blown by the wind. Approach, ready, hit and roll over. This device simulates the jerk of a parachute opening, one of the club's own inventions. Having learnt the ground drill carefully, the new member, in this case a woman, is ready to take to the air. The recruit must be accompanied by a qualified parachutist or dispatcher in the aircraft to make sure that nothing goes wrong. Club chairman Ken Hill claims that parachuting is thrilling but not dangerous unless you don't think. And there she blows. Note the distance the jumper falls before pulling the ripcord. There it goes. The fun, repeat fun, of this sport is to see how far you can drop before releasing the chute. The chute's only function, in fact, is to bring you down to earth gently. The art of skydiving is to maneuver the arms, legs, head and body into the stabilized position when the diver can exert partial control over his direction. Hey, mind that chimney! Whew, that was a close one, wasn't it?